You know, people sometimes ask me, Myers, what makes you so weird? What's with all this faith stuff? Where did you get it? I suppose there's a lot of different places, but I remember probably one of my first memories. I was 4 years old, maybe, up in Seattle. We were going to the Seafair Parade. This was a big event that they had, maybe they still do. And we were sitting on the curb. We had front row seats, and the parade was coming forward. And there was this float, and it had the clowns on it, the Seafair Pirates. And there was this big 55-gallon barrel that they would reach their hand in and pull out candy and throw it in front of the float. And all the kids would race out into the street and kick and scream and scratch and claw to get a piece of candy. Apparently, this was called entertainment back then. And I was getting all set. They threw the candy out down the street, and the kids are going. So I'm preparing myself. And my mom leans over to me and she says, Billy, you're sitting here. Well, I didn't get that at all. But she was pretty firm about that. And so the float comes, and right in front of me, they throw out another handful of candy. And the kids all around me run into the street and kick and claw and scratch and scream and get their piece of candy. And I'm sitting there, and tears are, starting to go down my cheeks as I'm seeing all of them getting all the stuff. But I obeyed my mom. An absolute truth. The clown, the seafair pirate on the top of the float, stops the float. And he reaches into that barrel and pulls out a handful of candy, steps down off the float, walks to me, and dumps the whole thing in my lap. Now, he whispered something into my ear, but I was too in shock to know, much less remember. And then he got back on the float, and they continued. And I'm sitting with all this candy. The kids are staring at me, and it was a life-changing experience. And to this day, I know that I don't have to get out there and kick and scratch and scream to get something. All I have to do is sit quietly beside my Lord and obey Him, and He'll provide. Not an excuse to be, lazy, but it is an excuse just to abide with Him and to obey. There's a verse, was it? Seek first the kingdom of God, and all these things will be added to you. Well, worked when I was 4 years old, and so far it seems to be working now. Thanks for listening.